I want to open this up to the panel because we're talking about 1.6 billion users worldwide for Facebook, all right? 167 million of them are right here in the United States, so this is a huge political influence on its users, Robert, and to find out that there is human intervention and subjectivity in what they make it appear is the trending list, that's an issue.
Yeah, I think it's a real issue, but I like that Mark Zuckerberg immediately came out with a statement and immediately called for a meeting, and I think he's obviously taking.
Does that show how concerned he is about this?
I think it's important. If he didn't acknowledge it, if he didn't do anything, it would have been way worse from an image control issue. And to have this symbolic gesture of inviting people in and maybe the idea that he's going to have some level of transparency about it, it's going to be interesting to see the fallout, whether or not he's going to succeed in that.
This won't be the last meeting. I mean, this will go to Capitol Hill. There's no question when
that's where I find it absurd. That it's going to Capitol Hill, that lawmakers feel it's a private company, it's not a public utility.
But when you're in the communications and the media space and you, I think, have an open type of form and open architecture environment, I think that you have to stay that way. But Dagan has a point.
Why is the government getting involved in private business?
It's a media company. Why is even, and I'm targeting the Republicans as well, Senator Thune. Why are you getting in the middle of this? It's up to, if Mark Zuckerberg's worried about it hurting his business, which he clearly is, because Sheryl Sandberg and Zuckerberg have preached for years about openness and transparency, they released a good amount of detail about how they arrive at these trending topics. It's algorithms and then it's human intervention.
Yeah, but this intersection of old and new media is still going to be overseen by the FCC. So at the end of the day, there's rules and regulations of open waves and open lines, and they're going to be
I think it's interesting, too, because I think Facebook and Google now are sort of jumping the shark as far as it's no longer they're the trusted companies. They're becoming part of the big company establishment that people are going to question.
Bottom line, Facebook advertises itself as an open forum.
It's open architecture.
And if it's going beyond just clicks to determine the trending list, that's not being transparent with your users.
But they have released that information about, they released a large, it was like multi-page document trying to explain the combination of humans and computers in arriving at these trending topics. Maybe it's not enough. I went through what they've released so far, and I'll add this. The trending topics are one way that they highlight news and what's hot. But quite frankly, you rely on your friends to tell you what they're reading. Like, I read people's Facebook posts in their Facebook walls before I look at the trending topics, which don't immediately show up on your phone.
I think it goes to the trust of the company and the platform, though. I think everybody's already getting suspicious about the squirreliness about it.
No, they're suspicious about Mark Zuckerberg, and I'll tell you why. Remember, it was last March when he was speaking at a Facebook conference that he got political, and he blasted Donald Trump on his policies, and he did show his bias.
Well, there's no question. Mark is incredibly active on immigration policy, and so the idea to think that these thought leaders are not active politically is ridiculous. But I actually think Facebook is above the political spectrum. I like to think that this meeting will come out and show that they haven't been.
And I'm not going to sit here and preach for greater government intervention, whether it's a liberal issue or a conservative issue, because I think that this company is not a public utility and it doesn't need more regulation. They've done enough at this point that I think that take a breath down in D.C.
It's fair for a shareholder to be concerned.
No, but I don't like government intervention. I'm all for personal choice and the choice of the people running the company and the choice of the shareholders.
And by the way,
I think they know better.
Hillary Clinton has, by a wide margin, Mr. Hillary Clinton, received the bulk of political donations from Facebook employees in this election cycle. That, too, is also important for the company to point out.
But let's just say if we were having this discussion about Twitter, people would be outraged because think about how Twitter has really changed the political landscape for someone like Trump. So I think at the end of the day, that there's no question we need to make sure that open architecture.
I got to get to this story. Hold on.